So, somebody can tell us last session what we have discussed. God? Does God exist? Very good. Okay. Any points like what are the proofs for God existence? From your side or? Yes. So please raise your hand and tell us. Natural? Natural solar system. Very good. So that means who's in control? No human is in control. So it's happening because there is some superior authority. That is God. Yes, good. Yeah, any other answer? You forgot already? Evolution. Okay. Like what kind of evolution it is? Yeah, human beings. So all the living entities, you can say, from one living entity to another living entity, evolution. So Rupantaram Chandaram. Yes, any other answers? You forgot? So last time వచ్చిన వాళ్ళందరూ వచ్చారు కదా? So no one has missed. ఎంతమంది లాస్ట్ టైం వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు వచ్చారు? ఈరోజు కొత్తగా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు రైజ్ చేయండి. ఈరోజు వచ్చిన వారు, టుడే. Those who have not attended last session. Around 10 members or more than 10? Oh God. Okay. So let us start this session. So kindly remember this. So any other answers, those who have attended? I just want to hear so that I get some inspiration. So, you know, these students are really intelligent. They are remembering these things. They have very good memory power. See, I request all of you, when you come next time, or even now also, you can note down some of the points, especially today. From today onwards, it's very important. Even last session also, you should have noted down some points. Anything is there, you should note down, because this kind of knowledge you're not going to get anywhere else, right? Especially in your colleges. So I request all of you, please open. You know, these days you have to utilize those mobiles, because Microsoft is there, or any other means are there. You can type it. Shall we start? Okay. So before we start this, I'll ask you some questions. How many of you do believe in soul's existence? Or before that, another question is there any, what is the difference between the living body and dead body? ఏంటి ఒక డెడ్ బాడీకి లివింగ్ బాడీకి డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి? No difference. Who's that daring person who's going to answer first answer? I'm just looking for them. Don't feel shy. I mean that all of your friends only. Any answer? Yes. Aura. Okay. What is the meaning of aura? So how does it fit into this? So aura means like some kind of a radiation, some kind of energy, you mean? Okay, how does that energy exist? We say like there is a tube light, there is illumination. So illumination coming from tube light. So what is the source of tube light then? Huh? Any other answer? Yeah, good. Some good point. Energy. Tax your brain. కొంచెం ఆలోచించండి. You're not getting anything. That means there's no difference between the dead body and living body. Is there any difference or not, first of all? Yes or no? If it is yes, then what is the difference? Yes. Presence of mind. In one sense, even the mind also material. Heartbeat. Heartbeat can be, make it happen even artificially also. Like these days, pacemakers and all those. So, can be done. Soul. Have you seen the soul then? Does anybody has seen the soul? Breathing. There are so many, like, our Acharya used to say that blacksmith bellows. They also breathe. Hans Moss. Like, you know that blacksmith అంటే తెలుసు కదా, కమ్మరి వాళ్ళు, ఈ కొడవలు వాళ్ళు కొడవలు ఇవన్నీ చేసేవాళ్ళు, వాళ్ళకు కూడా ఇది పంప్ లాంటిది ఉంటుంది. ఈ రోజుల్లో ఇవి ఉన్నాయి కదా మనకి హాస్పిటల్స్లో, ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ లంగ్స్. వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్? So they can, even the artificial, this also can be done. Any other? Yeah, so as I said that, soul. But when we say that soul, can we believe that there is something is existing? Let us see. Is that clear? So you have to keep reading that as last time, contributed the students.
As a driver drives a car, soul drives a living body. Scientific research have proved it. Matter is dead while soul is conscious. Thus, soul is superior to the matter.
So now you see, this is the table, this is the mic. And you all are living, you are there, myself. And is there any difference between this table, mic, and myself and yourself? There is difference, isn't it? This is a matter, we are living bodies. So, but the body is always dead, whereas the soul is spirit, it is living, isn't it? It is not dead. Because of the presence of the soul, we are living. And what is the sign of the soul then? What is the sign of the soul? Can anybody say? See, when somebody leaves the body, if somebody died, what do you say? First of all, how do you conclude that this person has left? There's no breathing. Yeah, neither? No pulse. Any other?
The person is not reacting.
The person is? Not responding. Okay. Good. Any other points? From backside, those.
The body gets cooler.
Cold. It gets cold. Good. It's a long topic. I just want to go through it. But if you can understand this properly, basic things, then we can go a little faster, right? Yes. Any other answers from the girls? Should I tell you? Huh? Somebody is saying here something. Pulse, somebody said. Yes. Should I tell you? Are you ready? So remember this. So when you come next time, so I'm going to ask this question. And this is consciousness, right? Consciousness will be absent. So normally see, anything, if you are not consciousness, like for example, if my finger gets crushed in the door, and that is called gangrene, so gangrene, you know, so that the part becomes black. When you go to the doctor, so he takes a pin and pricks it, and he sees that, no, it has no life, no consciousness, you have to amputate it, isn't it? You got the point? So that means the soul is not spread over there. So consciousness is not there into that part. It is absent. Right? Kabatti. Then my another question is, where does the soul lives? Which part of the body does the soul lives? Entire body. Okay. But is there any particular place? Yes or no? Just spread everywhere?
It's kind of our reflection.
Kind of reflection. Okay. What do you say? Any other? At least some say that no, one organization is there. They say that the soul is here. Some say that soul is in the knees. Some say somewhere, like that brain, like that different places, they say. So do you want to say something, or should I give the answer? So Shastra gives the answer, saying that Atma ayam hrudisthanaha, which means where it is, hrudi, hrudayasthan, heart. You know, even as for the medical science also, everything starts from heart. Once the heart is stopped, everything stops. You know why? You know, sometimes, you know, even a person is gets amputated, both the hands, both the legs, ears, anything, but he can survive. There is one famous speaker, somehow by accidentally, so he lost both the legs, both the hands. He's a very good motivational speaker in the West. You heard? What is his name? Nick. Okay. So like that, you see, but still he's surviving. Why? Because the soul is there inside the heart. So that's the reason soul is present in the heart. At the same time, there is one more soul that we are going to discuss further. Yeah. So please read this. Read the translation. Read the translation.
I am now unable to stand here and long. Any longer. I am forgetting myself, and my mind is.
It's not clear.
I see only misfortune.
I see only cause of misfortune. Oh Krishna. Right. So Arjuna had, what all he had? And then anxiety, demoralized, stress and depression. And this is before the war, before Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, right? After that, but Arjuna emerged victorious. How?
He heard the knowledge of the soul from Lord Krishna.
He had the knowledge of the soul from Lord Krishna. If you want to know the science of the soul from Bhagavad Gita, so I will give you the particular chapter. You can, read that later on. That is from second chapter, from 2.13. Second chapter, 13th verse to 20, up to 30th verse. So you will get very wonderful knowledge about this. Right? So let us see. These are the subjects we are going to discuss today. So first one is, am I matter or am I spirit? Scientific proofs for existence of the spirit soul, and difference between the living person and robot, mechanism of mind, and practical benefits of knowledge of soul in everyday life. So let us see, am I matter or am I spirit? Matter. Matter or spirit? Let us see. Who are you? When this question asked by somebody to you, or when I ask you, what do you say? What is your answer?
We usually say our name, where we are from.
Okay. Your address and name and from which family you are, all these things you say, right? Let us see. So, doctor, yeah, somebody can read this?
Most of the human body is water. Here 60-pound person there is about 5 pounds of calcium, 1.5 pounds of phosphorus, 9 ounces of potassium, 6 ounces each of sulfur and sodium, 1 ounce of magnesium, and less than an ounce each of iron, copper, and iodine.
So you all are science students, isn't it? So all these chemicals are there in our body. Let us say worth of 110 rupees. Now you are worth only 110 rupees. Isn't it? It's only 110 rupees. See, now let us say if one of your friend is going in a Benz car. So Benz car, so all of a sudden somehow they met with an accident. So which one, like he had left his body. Then which one do you prefer? Like car is also damaged. Which one is most important of these two? Friend or car?
Friend.
Why friend? See, it is only worth of 110 rupees. Whereas the car is maybe around 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs of rupees. Why do you prefer to say that now?
If his life is saved, he can somehow earn the money and he can purchase again the car. But attaining the car does not bring the person. There may be dependence on him.
But can't the car also produce another car?
A material does not produce another material as discussed in the earlier session.
So that means are we the matter or the spirit? Are we the matter or spirit? Huh? Matter means we are cars. Matter means we are cars. Spirit means we are the soul. What are we?
Spirit.
We are the spirit wearing the body. We are living in the body. Or we are just matter. Matter means no life.
Spirit.
What do you say?
Yes, spirit.
Spirit or matter?
Spirit.
Is it clear? So this is how, because we are not just one of our devotee is actually he's a scientist in the West. When our acharyas, he was our acharya's disciple. So he was actually studying when he was studying in the college, university. So professor said all these things. See, the body is made up of so and so chemical. After saying everything, he's about to leave. And he said, are there any questions? Then this devotee got up and said, sir, whatever you said just now, I'll give you all the chemicals to you. Can you make one living entity? Is it possible? Yes or no? You got the point? He said, no, he said. Then why do you say that? So this is called human being. So this body is made up of so many chemicals. So nobody can make it. That means nobody knows about the spirit. All these universities. Is it clear? So what is our real identity then? Who is she? Okay. You all know very well. right? Living beauty. But now, so chemicals are the same. No feelings, no thinking, no desires, no movement, no consciousness. So that's the reason all the chemicals are there. But once if they leave the body, once the soul leaves the body, they becomes like that. Everyone wants to take their autograph when they are living. So, but once they leave, nobody is going to touch the body, isn't it? Same body, but the soul is gone. So now, Krishna says, "Na jayate mriyate va kadachin, nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha, ajo nityah shashvatoyam purano, na hanyate hanyamane sharire." Yes, read that.
For the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time.
So this is how soul, it takes birth and it passes through different stages. And soul from the boyhood, birth, it takes birth, boyhood, childhood, and then it goes through youthhood, middle age, old age, and then leaves the body. And how many bodies are there? Is there any count for the bodies, like living entities, bodies?
The single body where it goes and changes in multiple.
Yeah, that is human body. But I am saying that varieties of bodies, like we all are humans, like that. Similarly, species of life. How many species are there? They are also living bodies. How many are there? Is there any count? Any Darwin's? No count? Shall I tell you one count from the scriptures? So please remember that. Jalaja navalakshani stavara lakshamsuri krimiyo rudrasankhyakyam pakshinam dashalakshani manushyanam chaturlakshani. That means total, this is quoted in the Padma Puran, total number 84 lakh species. Any? 84 lakh species. So 9 lakhs which is aquatics. And 20 lakhs which is beasts and whatever, animals. And Krimayo Rudra Sankhyakyam. So 11 lakhs of insects. And how many? How many does it come? 11 plus 40. And another 40 are there. 4. Trees and plants, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. And then 4 lakhs humans, Pakshinam Dashlakshani, and birds are also there, 10 lakhs. So total number 84 lakhs it comes. 4 lakhs, only humans, only 4 lakhs, that too including even Devatas, upper planets, everyone, including. Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, everyone including. So 4 lakhs, right? దాంట్లో కూడా civilized, uncivilized, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ట్రైబ్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఏదో ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ కూడా ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా సో 4 lakhs వస్తారు, right? Darwin says something, some count he gave, but it is not exactly, few thousands he gives, but not thousands, right? Okay. Yes. Now body, soul, difference is, read that. Body is a matter, not conscious, no conscious at all. Soul, spirit, conscious, and body changes, but spirit has no changes. And body is temporary, soul is eternal. And body is dead, soul is alive. Body is always dead actually. Since the soul is there, it is growing, that's it. Otherwise, it is always dead. Just like shirt. This is always considered to be dead only. It is not living because I am wearing it, so I am able to move my hand. Is it clear? Similarly, the body is also always dead, so it is not alive. Because soul's presence, so it is able to move. You are not the body that you see in the mirror. You are Atma, soul, the real driver of the bodily car. And there are two persons are there. Who are those? One is, you are able to see or not? You are able to see? And who are those? One is Atma. Second is? Yes, Krishna, Paramatma. And Atma will be trying to enjoy in different ways, but Paramatma will be witnessing all those. What is he doing? Yes. We are bodies made up of matter, material viewpoint. This is. We are no more than a chemical bundle. Everything is finished at the time of death. This is material understanding. That's why there is a very great, Charvak Muni, atheist kind of a person. He says that even all these scientists also, when you say, so there is life after death, when you say, what do they say? How many of you do believe in reincarnation, rebirths? ఎంతమంది పునర్జన్మని నమ్ముతారు? ఇంకొక జన్మ ఉంది అని అంటే ఎంతమంది నమ్ముతారు? So raise the hand straight so that I can see. 1, 2, you can count? Somebody can count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. So that means out of 50, 9 members, another 41 members are not believing it. Isn't it? So that means you strongly believe that there is no reincarnations, rebirth. Right? So you all believe that? Okay, let us see that. So we are not the material body of flesh or bone, spiritual point of view. We are, read that.
Your spirit's souls engaged in the material body.
Encaged in the material body means, so we have been bound up in the material body.
We do not die when the material body stops to function.
So somebody from the back side, somebody can read this quickly. Got the point? Okay. Scientific proofs for existence of the spirit soul. First one is scientific proofs for existence of spirit soul. Common sense. First is. Second is consciousness, near-death experiences, and reincarnations research. Let us see. Common sense is when somebody leaves the body. What do you say? They'll beat their chest and they cry, they howl and say, what do they say? Oh, you have gone. Who has gone? Isn't it? అవునా కదా? అయ్యో నువ్వు వెళ్ళిపోయావా అని చెప్పేసి గట్టిగా ఏడ్చేస్తుంటారు. మరి అలాంటప్పుడు 6 feet or 5 feet or whatever the height of the person is lying over there, all the limbs are there. But how come they say that? So they left. Who has left then?
The body.
Huh? Who has left? Soul has left. Then that means they have not seen the soul at any time. A father or mother or grandfather, so they have not seen the soul, their soul. Who has passed away? The body is still there. Actually, the soul has passed away. Is it clear? When we say, another thing is consciousness. Sometimes even cameras also say that I see a red light. But dead matter, not consciousness. But when we see, so conscious beings, they see, I see a red light. Consciousness means to be aware of thinking, feeling, willing, and intentionality. Yes, near-death experience, NDE studies. This is also scientific study, and this is an OB, out of bodily experience. This, sometimes when the patient is getting operated on the operation table, at that time, all of a sudden, the patient becomes unconscious. One time it has happened. So there are many stories. So one time, the patient actually, he became unconscious, and the doctors, they were really trying to get his conscious back. And for a long time, so he didn't recover. So after 1 or 2 hours, he came back into consciousness, and then he started telling everything, whatever was happening when he was unconscious. He was sharing his experience. He was telling, so this doctor was, massaging my chest, and this lady was giving me injection, this person was doing this, everything he was explaining. They were telling that there was no other person who could, to tell him that. So they were doing that. On this spot he was telling. How come he could relate all these things? Because he has gone up. So he was here. He was here. He has gone up. Soul left the body, went up, and he was thinking. He was seeing everything. What is happening down? Is that clear? So this is called out of bodily experience, near death experience. Sometimes we see coma stage. You know what is the coma state? What is the coma state? As you know. Ain't coma state?
The body does not react like
Body does not respond. Huh? All functions? Brain is dead. Okay.
But even in coma stage, the person can understand what is happening around him.
Okay.
The senses will work.
Okay. I don't want to hear more from the faculty members. I just want to hear from the students. What is happening? So any answer from the students? What is the coma stage?
The body having experiences, but it not reacts.
It's not?
Reacting, unable to react.
Unable to react. Okay. Any other answers? Yes, from the girls? Any answer? Actually, your answers are good. Atma?
Absence of mind.
Absence of mind. Actually, mind will be there. Okay. So, should I tell you? Are you ready? Actually, Acharya Prabhupada says that, see, the soul actually in a dilemma, whether to live in the body because that is damaged, and whether to leave the body. So it is in dilemma, because just like if building is there that is about to collapse, and the person who is living in the house, he thinks that he is in dilemma whether to leave the house, but he doesn't have another house on the spot, so immediately he can't change the house, but at the same time he can't live in the house, isn't it? Other house is not ready, he has not searched for it, and this house he can't stay. This is called coma state. And another sense, he gives another example. Soul can see the future body, which is going to be worse than this. At that time, he feels so fearful and he doesn't want to leave the body. Now he can live within the body. That is a coma state. And most of the cases, they are not going to come back. And I'll tell you one story. నేను చెప్పింది మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? ఈజ్ మై వాయిస్ క్లియర్? లాంగ్వేజ్ క్లియర్? అర్థమవుతుంది అందరికీ? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? ఓకే. So should I continue in English or Telugu? See, one time, one person, US law, he has gone from India. He was kind of a software engineer. So chestunnappudu, all of a sudden, he met with an accident. He admitted in the hospital. So at that time, so his wife was there. She requested one of our devotee. His name was Badrinarayan. So his name was Badrinarayan. Please, Prabhu, please come and do something for him. He's in the ICU. He's unable to speak since 10 days. He's not responding. Doctors are trying, but nothing is happening. Please do some final days. Do some Bhagavad Gita reading or something you can do. And our devotee also went there. What can I do? So that much he can do. So he went and he started reading Bhagavad Gita. He read for 1 hour. And at that time, his facial expressions were very disgusting, very distressful. Are you getting it? Are you with me? Yes or no? And when after reading the Bhagavad Gita, after hearing Bhagavad Gita for 1 hour, then automatically his facial expressions have changed. He started smiling. Though he was unconscious, so but facial expressions have changed. And he was thinking, is it because of reading Bhagavad Gita? Then he stopped reading Bhagavad Gita. Immediately again the same facial expression gone back to same distress condition. Again he started reading. Then again he came back. Like that, back and forth had started. He went on reading like that for 1 or 2 days. Then he came back into consciousness, he became normal. Immediately he shared his experience with this devotee. Prabhu, I have seen that. I have seen those people. Those 3 people, he started telling. Who are those 3 people? He said, those very crooked people. Those 3 people. What crooked people? Those 3 people means, he said, just now 3 doctors have come. So you are talking about them? He said, no, not the doctors. No, otherwise, no, just now 3 sisters have come. So you are talking about them? He said, no, not about them. So then he could understand that. Who are those people? There was one book called, get that. So that is a second chance book, very beautiful book from Srimad Bhagavatam. So on that there is a picture. So about picture of Yamadutas. This is the picture. You able to see? So this is the picture. He has seen. Immediately said, yes, these are the 3 people. So then immediately could understand that. So then what did you say when you saw them? He has practically was explaining. So what did you say when you saw them? Then he said, so I don't know, whatever you want to do, I have surrendered to Krishna. Then they left. They were about to put their noose around his neck. But when he said that, they left him, they went away. And next time when he said, when again they came, they are about to pull the soul out of the body. Again he said the same thing. They went away. Third time, again said, whatever you want to do, I have surrendered to Krishna. They left permanently, they didn't come back again. And then said, I am going to become Krishna's devotee permanently. So no more, those days, he was just coming once in a week like that, you all are coming. That's it, that much only. So then he started chanting later on. He became very nice devotee later on. Similarly, I am saying there were plenty of stories are there. I can't tell you also all those stories right now. But these things are there 100% when we are about to leave. These Yamadutas and other beings which are subtle, we may not be able to see them, but whereas there are few animals, they can see them. And those beings are, one is Yamadutas, other one is ghosts. Ghosts and tells kada? Dayalu Bhutalu. Whitney, how many of you do believe in ghosts? I want to. ఎంతమంది నమ్ముతారు? చాలా మంది నమ్మరు. Then I want to explain to you what it is. So do you want to hear? Yes or no? Say loudly. Okay. So first thing, see, then before that I just want to complete this and remember this. I read that. Somebody can read from right side, whoever it is. What is that? Just to read that, why are you taking so long? Just somebody can read that quickly.
11% to 14% of the average American population who are mentally and physically healthy have had OB.
OB means out of bodily experience, right? 11% to 14%. Can you imagine? Yes. Similarly, there are so many research books are there which are available, which are talking about this out of bodily experience. This scientist is really a very well experienced person. His name is Einstein. So he's really a very good scientist. He's been researching more than 3,000 cases. He found reincarnation cases, right? You heard about him? I think once when I was traveling in a bus, there was one movie, somehow he played, and exactly he was just completely about reincarnation, about this session. I was happy, and in that movie also they have shown this person, picture. He was researching. So about reincarnations research, and I want to complete this. For this, first thing about the ghost. Ghost means generally our body is made up of, our soul is covered with 3 layers. We are going to come to that point. So I'll show you that. So first is gross body, sthula sharira. Gross body is made up of 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? Water, air, fire, no, earth, final one is sky, ether, right? Another one is, this is called 5 elements, sthula sharira, gross body. So which now we are seeing, this is called gross body. And inside that, there is another body called Sukshma Sharira. That is made up of 3 elements. What are those? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. Right? Manas, Buddhi, Ahankar. These 3. And soul is also made up of 3 elements. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means eternity. Chit means full of knowledge. Ananda means eternal happiness. Is it clear? So when we leave our body, gross body, then we will be carried out to the next body. With which body? Subtle body, Sukshma Sharira. మనం స్థూల శరీరం అక్కడ వదిలేస్తామనుకోండి, దేంతో వెళ్తాం? అది సూక్ష్మ శరీరం. స్థూల శరీరం వదిలేస్తామంటే సూక్ష్మ శరీరంతో వెళ్తాం. అది మనస్సు, బుద్ధి, అహంకారంతో వెళ్ళిపోతాం. వాట్ ఎవర్ ద డిజైర్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ విత్ ఇన్ అవర్ మైండ్, అండ్ దే విల్ బి క్యారీడ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ బాడీ. ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? దే విల్ బి క్యారీడ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ బాడీ. సో దానికి there are so many stories are there, so that I'll explain to you later. So first about this ghost I'll tell you. ఈ ghost ki they will not have this sthula sharira, but they will have only sukshma sharira. Is it clear? So sukshma shariram ద్వారా వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళిపోతారు. So then, just like I'll give an example, simple example. as I said, when I want to leave from this place, this house, then I need to find out some other place. For example, you have rented a place, house. So you want to leave the house, you need to search for another house. Then only you can leave that house. Otherwise, where you will be? You will be on the road, isn't it? Similarly, ghost means they have committed suicides, they met with an accident, some unfortunate thing happened, then they become ghost. Is it clear? Just like their lifespan is 100 years, but they have committed suicide at the age of 30-40 years. Let us say 30 years. The remaining 70 years they have to be on the streets. Is it clear? Are you getting it? That is called ghost life. And they will be suffering. That is the punishment actually. Why it is punishment? Because they feel like they'll be feeling that thirsty, but they don't have mouth to drink. They'll be feeling hungry, but they don't have any mouth to eat. Isn't it? Gross body is not there. That is a suffering. But there is another way by which they can really enjoy all these things is they can enter into another's body because they are subtle. Sukshma Sharin kabatti, others body look enter ayipoyi, they can enjoy all those things. That is the reason these black magicians, black magics, iva telusu tantra. Ee black magicians em chestarante, they say that they invite this particular ghost, they invite into their bodies and make them to enjoy. But in the exchanges, there are certain mantras are there by which they can control these ghosts. But if they are unable to control those ghosts and they will just haunt them, they will make them suffer and they will kill them. That is very dangerous. So, and subtle things, these people actually, they'll make them to work as per whatever they need. All the works will be done through these ghosts. Isn't it? So, are you getting it or not? Yes, sir. I'll tell you there are a few stories. In Indonesia, actually most of them will be like Muslims, they'll be practicing these kind of things. So, our devotees were there. So, one time, one fellow neighbor, so our temple, next to our temple there was a person, somehow he didn't like the devotees. Plus, other countries, not so many people like Hindus because other religious people. So, this person actually he didn't like. So, he said that then he wanted to kill one of our devotees. Then he started doing this black magic. And night time he came and he started looking for his house. And this is a very interesting story. And this person, somehow he didn't find the house. He was thinking that, am I confused? I came in the night, daytime, so house was there, but how come there is no house here? Again came the daytime, he has seen that house, the same place is existing. Again came in the night time. Again it is missing. Third time it has also happened. And when this fails for 3 times, then he has to admit whom he wants to kill. He had to go to him to express that, sir, I was about to kill you somehow, so I could not kill you. So what is the secret? He has to ask him. Otherwise, the ghost is going to come and fall upon him. This is actually practically happened. So then he said, so what mantra are you chanting? He asked him. Then he said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Since he was chanting that mantra, so that even the entire house was missing there. So Krishna was protecting him. Isn't it? And I'll tell you my own experience. Do you want to hear? Yes or no? So voice is very low, that's the reason I'm not feeling that encouraged to say the story. If you want to hear, then say Hare Krishna loudly. Hare Krishna. Okay. One time actually when I joined in ISKCON Secunderabad, initial days, so one of my friend is actually very well educated, very nice person. Somehow he was also told to go to some colleges and universities and preach, and we both were. And but he was a little bit curious to know or see the ghosts. Is there anybody here who wants to see the ghosts? Okay, I'll tell you where to see, how to see. And this person also very curious. He wanted to see. Then he went and somehow he found some person, some tantric fellow, who can teach him those mantras. Practically he went and he learned all those mantras, and because our building was very old building, and even from the Rajakars, those Britishers times building it was, and many people have been killed, and there was a well, so there was a tamarind tree, huge tamarind tree, and within the well they just threw them incense, all the dead bodies. So at that time, so there are a lot of ghosts within that area, premises. So then this person every day, night, used to go onto the roof and started speaking to the ghosts. Practically he was able to see and started speaking. Regularly it was happening. Somehow one day he was scared. If you're scared, that's it. So if you are scared, that's it. That will haunt you. It will enter into your body. And it started haunting him. And his health became completely spoiled. And there are few things happened by this ghost haunting. One is health completely gets spoiled. Otherwise, some ghosts, different ghosts are there. Dakini, Pishachi, what do you call Brahma Rakshasi, like that different kinds of ghosts are there. So each of them they different ways they make the person to suffer. Brahma Rakshasi is worst. I mean that can kill a person. Who becomes a Brahma Rakshasi means a Brahmana commits suicide, they become Brahma Rakshas. They are very powerful. So, and similarly this person became so upset, he was unable to stay in the ashram anymore, because when in daytime completely his health he lost, he could not stay, he left the ashram, he started staying outside, got married, like that. These are the practical examples. There are like that, hundreds of examples are there. So if you go to the Western countries, one time our Acharya was there, so in London, so he was giving lecture, you could hear in the neighbor room so much of sound, like fighting sound. And then, so somebody said, what happened? What is happening? Just go and look into the room. Nothing was there. Actually, regularly it comes like that, he said. Prabhupada said that. Actually 2 ghosts are living in that room, he said. And later on, these people, they said, yes, Prabhupada, actually before, the 2 brothers were there, they were fighting for the property, they killed each other. I think they must have become ghosts. Still they're continuing there. After becoming ghosts also, they started fighting. Like that. So subtle bodies also, they become. And reincarnation research, so I've done, so there are plenty of books, they can read them. Are you getting it? Are you with me? So actually tomorrow I'll tell you one beautiful story. It was really wonderful. It's like a horror movie. So this about this course. Yes, she got it. Thank you, John. And yes, reincarnation. Another example for this reincarnation is phobia come from past life. This is like sometime we see, read that quickly, otherwise I'll read. Phobias are related to the mode of death at the person. So just like, a person is somehow, that is called hydrophobia, Some people when they go near to the water bodies, anywhere at the ocean or rivers, they feel so afraid. They're afraid of going near to the river, water bodies. You know why? You know why? Because last life they have died by drowning in the water. Right? Is it clear? And some people, they are afraid of knives. That means they have been stabbed, lost life. And another time, some people, they are afraid of guns, firearms. That means, see, I will tell you the best example. Same scientist has given plenty of stories, real incidents. I will tell you two incidents. One incident is, it has happened in, what is that, our Taj Mahal place? Agra. In Agra, there was a person whose name was Ravi Verma. This Ravi Verma, so actually one boy was, every time he was telling me, he has taken a birth in some other place, not in Agra, some other place. Then every day he was telling, I want to go to Agra, I want to go to Agra. A small boy, 5 years old. Why this fellow is saying like this? And his parents, actually poor, and took him to Agra. When he went there, actually the scientist was there. And when he went there, so he said, he has shown that one what you call CDs and CDRs those days. So they used to sell. That shop was there. He said, this is my shop. And he has shown 2-3 people are standing there. One lady was there. Said, this is my wife. And he said another 2 boys were there. So these are two are my sons. I said, how come this boy is only 5 years? They are already 30 years old, and the wife is about 50 years old. How come you are saying like that? He said, no, actually I remember I have died like this. He said, he started relating his past life. He said, so one day I've closed my shop. I was returning to home. On my way back, somebody has shot me from behind. So I left my body over there. I was looking for some help. Nobody has helped me. I was really dying there. I died over there. So next time, so then these people, they were thinking that, let me see. So actually the police records, so they write everything, from which place the bullet has entered. So from the back place it is entered, front place it is exited. So everything they have noted down. And another time, one person was stabbed 12 places in last life. But even this life also, so on the body, 12 places marks were there. Isn't it? Like that, plenty of proofs were there. If you want to know more about these kind of stories, you can read these books. Plenty of books are available, so in the net, so you can get complete knowledge about this. I'm talking about scientists have done these research. As for the scriptures, as for the Bhagavad Gita, 100% it is been proved, and no doubt about it. Those who believe in Bhagavad Gita, you don't have to go through all these. But if you don't believe in Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna is saying, then you have to believe in scientists. If not God, at least scientists. Right? Then what about twins? So in twins, the soul is 1 or 2? 2 or 1? Are you sure? Yes. So basically, so they may be twins, the souls are 2. Why? Because their mental status or mentalities are not the same. Bodies they may look alike, but not the same. Just like when we are wearing the dress, sometimes the same dress, like you all are wearing the same dress. Does it mean that no, you are same? Is it clear? There's so many other stories are there, I'm just skipping them. This is very interesting story. This is the case study by Dr. Einstein. So this is like a Shukla Gupta remembering her past life. So she was actually, every day she used to take one doll, these, what do you call this, soft dolls, toy. She used to take that, say, Minu, Minu, so please drink the milk. Like that, she used to feed that doll every day. And my village is this, my husband is this person. Like this she started telling all these things. And why this girl is saying like all these things? Then they took her to a doctor, psychiatrist. And the doctor said, without her notice, so take her across the village, whichever village she's addressing. Then they took her to that village, this girl. And after going there, so can somebody read this? Then I'll tell you. Who can read quickly, nicely, you can read that. One person can read that quickly. Those are sitting close. Why are you so afraid to read slide? But you got the point? అక్కడ వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత she could relate everyone. This is my husband, this is my what do you call, daughter, and she started crying by seeing her daughter. So she has seen everything. So nicknames of her brother-in-law, everyone. She could relate. Why? Because she has remembered. And another thing you all should remember this: all these past life memories, especially they remember only when they are young, up till 5 years or 6 years. If they are fortunate, they can remember all these things. I heard even Amitabh Bachchan could remember his past life. There are several people, even the famous people, they have remembered their past lives. So this is the story, and what scientists are saying here. Mechanism is saying, discover inner self. Difference between living person and robot. Is man not just a powerful computer or a robot? Now you see here, the camera is watching the movie and the judges are also watching the movie. What is the difference? Camera has the eyes, lenses, and eyes of judges. What is the difference? Yes. Huh? Yeah, very good. Feelings, emotions, camera cannot express, isn't it? When you go and sit in the movie, sometimes you feel so sad and happy. If hero and heroine, if they are dangerous, you feel little bit sad. If they are happy in mood, some song is there, then automatically you feel happy. These emotions can judge only by a living person, not the camera, dead matter. Isn't it? Same thing. So somebody can read, two of you can, somebody can read this and somebody can read the other side. Next, somebody can read this.
Does your car grow? Do you have a male and female car that can unite and produce a baby car? A living body undergoes 6 changes, whereas matter just
depreciates.
It's the soul that makes living body alive.
Yes. Is it clear? Matter cannot produce another one. This table and another table cannot produce another table. Whereas the living force can do that. Yes. 3 major differences between the living body and a robot. One is, read quickly, one by one. Somebody can read this? Yes. Okay, matter only dwindles. Second one is
The male and female living body can multiply similar species. Machines cannot reproduce 5 billion.
okay. Is it clear? Third one is is it clear? Similarly, every body undergoes 6 changes. One is birth. First one is Is it clear? Dehinosmin yada dehi kaumaram yavanajara tada dehantara prapti dhirastatranam. 2.13. It starts from this. Krishna starts the philosophy from this point, this sloka. Science of the soul. Right? This very famous sloka. Then discover inner self, mechanism of the mind. So as I said that, first gross body made up of 5 elements, subtle body, you able to see? 3 elements, and soul, how many elements? Okay, when I said that, when the gross body leaves, how do we get carried into another body? Which one? Subtle body. Is it clear? So next week I am going to ask these questions. Please try to remember. Intelligence, the decision maker. Mind, what is the function of the mind? Unfulfilled desires, previous experiences. Is it clear? This is just a storehouse. Everything gets stored. So whereas the intelligence is decision maker. Just like I'll tell you, when you're going to the college, so it's getting late. Mind's job is, it says that, come on, go ahead, it's getting late. So so much traffic is there, but whereas mind says, it doesn't matter, just go ahead. What is the function of the intelligence? Intelligence says, no, don't worry. So let me go little late than never. This is the discrimination power. Is it clear? This is the function of the intelligence, decision maker. 5 senses. What are those? Yes. The hierarchy is first senses, above the senses mind, and above the mind intelligence. So there is a sloka in Bhagavad Gita, Indriyani pararyahu, Indriyebhya panamaha, Manasastu parabuddhe, Yo buddhe parasastusha. So below first dead matter, 5 senses, mind, intelligence, ego, and the soul. This is the hierarchy. Chariot, as I said that, chariot of the body. 5 senses are, what are those? 5 horses. Mind is like reins, ropes. And intelligence is like a driver. Soul is like a passenger. If the senses are not under control, then automatically the chariot goes into the valley, isn't it? So the controllers, who are the controller? Mind. If you control the mind, then automatically you can really be peaceful. Is it clear? And scriptures, every process which it recommends, first thing is controlling the mind. Isn't it? So real progress starts, spiritual life. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 6.6, Bandhur Atmanastasya Enat Naivatmana Jitaha Anatmanastu Shatrutve Vattet Atmaiva Shatruvat. Yes, read that.
For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the
Greatest enemy. Is it clear? If you control the mind, it is the best friend. If you don't control, then that's really greatest enemy. Nature of the mind in chariot, control. Like this. You see, it will be your best friend. Uncontrolled, it will be your greatest enemy. So is the knife good or bad? Okay. Just like example is, in a surgeon's hand, it can save a life. Is that clear? Gigo principle, mind, again to protect the mind. So what is? Garbage in, good in, good out. So where do we get this? Where do we get our scripts? All these things, books we read, all this garbage or whatever which we get. So books we read, movies we watch, music we hear, and friends we keep. If you want to keep our mind safely, see, it is said that when we are so conscious about our body, we take pure water, what do you call, mineral water, we purchase when we are traveling, but are we conscious about our mind? Our mind should not, nothing should enter, some worse things into our mind. Are we conscious about this? Have you thought about this at any time? Everyone ఆలోచించారా ఇది? So it's very important. See, you think once, you try to be pure for one day at least. Let us say, how peaceful you will be. Try to control one day your mind, how peaceful you will be. Mental dialogues, smoking habit, mind feels. Read that. Okay. So I am a degree student, I am an Aditya student, at least I must smoke at least once. Says that. Though it is so hot inside. Okay. Intelligence thinks. Is it clear? Yes. So these are the practical benefits. So what divides us, Hindu versus Muslim, all these things. Actually, these are all bodily conceptions. So when they want to make, this caste system, this system, the religious, all different kinds of places, once if you raise above this bodily conception, and automatically the soul platform, all are equal. But when you want to make bodily platform equal, it is not possible. Is it clear? Next week we are going to discuss about that. White versus black, rich versus poor, educated versus illiterate. These are all beautiful versus ugly. These are all bodily conceptions. Then what unites us? So why this is mentioned? They're all chanting together. This is called real unity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, practically he made real unity between all these blacks, browns, whites, everyone, right? You see, soul consciousness, rising above inferiority complex. So quickly read that. So we have come to an end. So let us, somebody can read that? You're able to see or not? Why? Why so nobody's reading? Last time some girl has read very quickly. Who was that?
I am black, short, ugly.
Will anybody look at me too? You read loudly.
I come from a poor family. I don't know whether I will earn my degree and pass out of the college. Life doesn't seem worth living because I am not in any of the great fields.
Yes, somebody can read this. This one, boys.
I am not this body, but a pure soul with an abundant potential. My defects are superficial, appearing in the body, but not a part of happy and healthy soul. My heart is full of love, joy, sincerity, compassion for others.
Yeah, serenity, compassion for others. Right? Bodily conception, bodily consciousness. This is soul consciousness. Is it clear? Positive outlook and attitude to life. Everybody is selfish. Just see how he is not cooperating with me. I feel lonely and cornered. I think I also should learn to become selfish, harsh, and arrogant to survive and grow in life. Then I will show others who I am. What is this wisdom? What kind of wisdom is this? No wisdom that everyone is originally a part and parcel of Supreme, but now they are covered up. Somebody can read this?
Instead of blaming my friend for not being cooperative, let me learn to help him and be more kind and courteous with him.
Courteous, yes.
Then hopefully he will change unless I set a good example. What's the point demanding the same from others?
Okay.
Tolerance, patience, considering everyone to be potentially good.
Is it clear? Okay. Right use of resources. So when the money comes, you try to enjoy smoking, drinking, everything. That is really bad. But when some resources are there, you can utilize it for crop production or anything positive. So for divine sin. So we have discussed, am I matter or am I spirit? So our body is worth rupees 110 rupees, body is versus soul, and then so material versus spiritual viewpoint, and then unseen driver of the car, bodily car, scientific proofs for existence of the spirit soul, and difference between the living person and robot discussed, and mechanisms of mind we discussed, and the practical benefits of knowledge of soul. Is it clear? So that's it. Thank you. If you have any questions or comments, I'll take some of them. So how many of you are participating in the dance? Who all are the dancers here? Only 4 members. So later you can dance in our program also. Be ready. Be prepared for Janmashtami. Sri Krishna Janmashtami is going to come on August 18th.